All right, so we're trying to work on the zip line from an IBC tank biodigester. Inas Abdurrahman Kalhain is behind the camera, and I'm PH Kalhain for Solar Cities, for PCGS, and for Rosebud Continuum. And this is part of a Mercy University experiential learning study abroad program. We had our second year in Medellin, Colombia, went to Sopetran, out about 2 hours to the east, I think it is, and into the highlands where we met with a cacao producing family. And we're trying to figure out a way that they can use what they call in Spanish a garrucha, which is a zip line for moving the material back and forth without falling down the hill, using a switchback trail that they have, but it's very steep. And so having something like this would help, but they can't put in anchor points and there's no trees. So our idea is to use IBC tank biodigesters, and I've got the cable with a hose around it for protection. It's a 14-foot cable sling going around the tank. I don't know if the placement is the best. I put it down, we'll see if this falls. I got a turnbuckle here. One could put infected cacao pods into the biodigester, and we hope that that will kill the fungi that's destroying the plantation, because the pods that are infected can't fall on the ground, they can't go into the forest, they have to be taken away. So besides just moving goods back and forth, moving water to irrigate the trees, moving the good pods up for processing, they got to get rid of the fungus pods. And they might be that strategically placing biodigesters throughout the plantation, one could throw infected pods, and maybe the microbial consortium here would destroy the fungi. That's a research that we have to do. Meanwhile, these 1-ton anchors, which are easy to roll into place when they're empty, would then be the primary weight holding the zip line. You can see here that with simple 2x4s right now, with eye bolts put in, we're able to get in if you have a 12-foot 2x4 and you cut it in half with 6-foot pieces, then you get up to about 5 foot 6 inches, 5 foot 7 inches up here. This 5 foot 6 inches, which is probably fine for moving the goods around. And I've got a base of the triangle that is between 3 and 4 feet. Right now it is it's about 3 foot 5 inches. Maybe I'll narrow that up and get this a little higher. Same over here. If you come down, this is a 100-foot line, but we're only using about 80 feet of it. Just because of where the tanks were, I can't move the tank any further away. But we could potentially get 100 feet per zip line. And then here again, the 2 pieces. This one's slightly lower. It's coming at about 5'2" eyes of blue, but oh, what those 5 feet can do. And then I've got a base of about 3 feet down here. That's actually 3 foot 2 inches down here. So you can do some variance and get an inch or two higher or lower depending on the base. This is pulled down by this. If you come over here, you can see I did use a cable grip and what they call a come along, which is a pulley to ratchet this, to hold this. This thing here normally goes like this, and you put it on the line like that. And then as you pull on it from here using the pulley, it grips it and holds it in place, and then you're able to do your tightening here. So this was the first time I've used a cable grip. So cable grip and pulley to get the tension that I want. Then I was able to pull this up because I want to use a 14-foot sling here and another turnbuckle. That gives me more tightening potential on both sides. And then I hand clamped this part here, and this is the residue that's left over. It's about 14 feet because originally that's where we had this going around the tank without using a turnbuckle there. Now I'm using the turnbuckle and the cable sling. All right, does this hold the weight? Well, let's see. I'm 80 kilograms about, so if I hang here, it's probably going to displace really low. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be tipping the tanks, which is good. It's obviously not going to carry a person, but I'll show you in a second with a bucket of water. Let me try the other side. And I haven't completely tightened this either. So let's go here. And it bottoms out with me. The other test is to see what happens if I go to the middle and put my foot full 80 kilograms on this. So I don't see any displacement of the tanks or the boards in the middle here. Let me look around this way and see what happens. I'm falling off, of course. So, yeah, there we go. So, okay, so 80 kilograms, it seems to be supported there, but we're not going to be doing 80 kilograms. What we're going to be doing is carrying, buckets that contain the cacao. So if you imagine, let's see if I can get this to lock on here with the carabiner. Oops. All right. So there's a bucket, and it's not filled quite with 20 kg at this point. I need to put some more water in it. It is clearing though at there. It may bottom out for with me while we add the rest of the water, because a full bucket of water.
Well, when we stop here and then after you fill it, we'll
Are you
fill
able
that.
to pause?
Yeah.
Okay.